a joke.
We'll go ahead. We're good to go.
Hey, he doesn't know it yet, but I see Tony Spackman logging in. He's going to be in the hot seat. Let's see how he does.
You ready, Tony?
He'd better be because Belladonna's bringing it.
You don't slow down for the holidays.
No.
Yeah. So, welcome to this week's training, y'all. The primary focus of this week is really going to be listing presentations. Obviously the first step is to get the appointments, but once you have more of an idea of what you're going to be doing at those appointments, I think it gives you a lot more confidence to actually make those phone calls and actually go for the close. So that's going to be the primary focus today. And definitely don't be shy to ask any questions as they come up. Just drop them in the chat or raise your hand. And I'm also dropping a poll question in there real quick. So if y'all want to take a second to answer this poll, just seeing how many of these leads you've kind of closed in your career, just so we can get a feel of where everybody's at in skill level in this group today.
Tony, my man.
All right, we got a few people answering now.
Right on.
Give this
Hello,
another.
Tony.
Tony's muted. And then for Tim, Amber, and Patrick, I am going to encourage you all to be brave and turn on your cameras because it makes it way more fun for us. It's weird talking to a black square. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tim, awesome. Maybe Patrick and Amber are camera shy. It's okay.
It's all good.
Who knows? So, all right. Now, did we have anybody on last week when we did live role play for the for sale by owner appointment setting script? I know we kind of get a new batch from week to week. And so one of the things that Tamara and I have both found, and maybe we should take a poll. Okay, I'm going to ask a question. I like participation in my training, guys. So again, thank you for coming. My name is Belladonna Rizzo. Got 20 years in the business, 10 years managing the largest Century 21 on earth, and working and training agents relentlessly every single day. And we were an old school kind of brokerage. We really believed in hitting the bricks and hustling up business. We were kind of doing this before social media was invented. Okay, so
well, back in the day that we had the blocker, remember the blocker? Yes. You couldn't even go on Facebook. Remember, as soon as you put it in there, it would block.
Yeah, we net nannied it.
Get on the phones. Get on the phones.
So I have a question for everybody, and I'm going to be taking a look at the chat. So really quick, I just need one fast answer. What do you think is the most important skill to master? If you had to pick one skill, is it lead generation? Is it setting appointments? Is it the listing presentation? So you've only got 3. So if you think it's setting appointments, put in the number 1. If you think it's lead generation, put in 2. I know I reversed those in the order I told you the first time. And if you think it's the listing appointment, just drop the number 3. And let's see. If you're the kind of person that just doesn't answer survey questions, drop the number 4. And let's see what we get. Okay, I'm going to give y'all a second. Oh, okay, right on. Hey, I got number 2. Oldbert, thank you. Tony, number 3. Tony, I think you may have heard me talk about this before. No? Okay, Josh, number 3. Right on. I love it. I think this is a little counterintuitive, but Jake said number 1. Amber, number 3. Right on. So yes, you guys, in my humble opinion, setting, or I should say being absolutely dialed in and confident with your listing presentations, the most important skill there is to your success. And here's part of the reason why. If you don't feel completely comfortable and confident with your listing presentation, like you could walk in, sit down with a stranger in a competitive situation and knock it out of the park and take that listing, then you're not going to feel really motivated to lead generate for sellers. You're not going to feel really excited about setting a listing presentation. As a matter of fact, you might secretly be hoping they tell you no, you can't come over, because then, oh, what do you do, right? So having a dialed in listing presentation, in our opinion, Tamara and mine, is that it's the absolute master skill set. Once you got that down, guys, you're so excited to set a listing presentation, because in your mind, it's like equal to cash in the bank. You're like, I'm going to go take that listing, right? So we're going to talk a little bit today about the listing presentation and the pre-listing qualification script. Now, last week we had a really good time, and we actually had a couple of agents role play that script with us. So Tony, you don't know, maybe, I don't know if you could hear, if you were logged in enough to hear, but when I saw that you were on this call, I totally said I was going to pick on you and put you in the hot seat. Now,
you're gonna pick on me? Is that what you
yes,
said?
and I was going to put you in the hot seat, but I will do this first. Before I choose a victim, do we have any volunteers in the audience? Now, what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to pull the script up for the pre-listing phone call. We'll kind of go through it. We'll make sure that you're comfortable with it. Hey, I want to know who our pro is in here, man. We got people that are 15 plus.
There we go.
Very nice. So, and then, hey, we got Mickey.
We got Mickey from last week.
Who nailed it.
Yes, he did.
If we have any volunteers for somebody that wants to go through and role play the listing qualification script, let us know. So go ahead and throw it in the chat if you're game. Does anybody want to save Tony from his fate? Or are you guys just like, no, we're just going to let Tony? No? Nobody?
Guys, it's uncomfortable to do this, obviously, but what's more painful, not getting listings or getting a little bit embarrassed? You know, it's a safe place. No one's really going to judge you. There isn't really much better of a place to learn and get better than right here, right now. So
absolutely.
if somebody's open to stepping out of their comfort zone, I promise it will pay off tenfold in the long run.
Here, and I'll tell you what, guys, let me share my screen. So let's pull up this script, okay? Here we go. The pre-qualifying the listing presentation script, short, sweet. This script alone will increase your conversion, I dare say, about 20%. And if you're like, how can one script do that? It's because, one, you identify all of the objections before you ever get to the listing presentation. So you have plenty of time to prepare for them. You've established yourself at the outset as a real professional, and you have weeded out I'm going to say, if you category the appointments that you set A, B, or C, like really strong, motivated, hey, mediocre, but it's still worth going, and C, that is a rotten appointment. Okay. You can just weed those right out of your schedule based on this script, and then just jump back on the phone and reset better appointments so that you're not wasting your time showing up when you probably shouldn't have been there to begin with. Does that make sense? So it'll really help your conversion ratio, your burnout rate, because you know you're going on appointments that you've got a good chance of taking. And just makes the whole process so much easier. Okay, so as I usually do, hey, I found my chat. Okay, I'm just scrolling down. Okay, so Tony, my friend, Tony's like, I'm never getting on this training ever again. Tony,
I think Tony's totally used to us.
Trainings with you and Tamara. I'm pretty used to it by now.
Okay, so Tony, how many listings do you want to take this upcoming year, 2024?
Realistically, with the market, 24.
Hey, now, I like that number. Share with everybody, Tony. What's your average price point where you're at?
1.2, about 1.2, 1.3.
Who's jealous of Tony's average price point? Right. Okay, so we're going to do a little math, Tony.
Okay.
So that's an average commission of $36,000 times 24. That's $864,000. So just under $1 million in gross commission income. So guys, would you be willing to practice and really get your language dialed in to make just under $1 million a year? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is go through this script. Tony, do you want to kind of read through it one time, or are you good to just go?
I was looking for it. This is the script I think you handed out before, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And then Tamara, do you want to be the prospective seller for him?
Sure.
And then, you know what, Tony, because we haven't role played the for sale by owner or expired call that you would have been on, go ahead and just ask each of these questions exactly as they are on the script. Just know, guys, if you've just set the appointment, let's assume it's an expired listing. If you've just set the appointment, you know what the answer to some of these questions are already. So what you're going to do, instead of asking them to repeat themselves, you're going to say, and you said you had to be there in 90 days. Is that correct? Does that make sense? So depending on when you make this call, but here's what I recommend, guys, especially for FSBOs and expireds. Do not set the appointment, hang up, and think you're going to be able to call back and take them through the script, because it's one of two things. It's highly likely you will never get them on the phone again. Highly likely before your appointment. So the moment you've got done setting the appointment, I want you to roll straight into this script. Does that make sense for everybody? Cool. All right, Tony, take it away.
Did you want me to start right at the top or with number one?
Yeah, no, start right at the top.
Okay. Before I come, there are a number of questions I need to ask you, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. If what I say makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident that I can sell your home, are you planning to list your home with me when I come on out on Friday?
Well, I just don't know yet.
Okay. You haven't quite made up your mind then. All right. Well, that's great. Are you planning to interview more than one agent for the job of selling your home?
I would imagine we will. As of right now, you're the only agent that we're interviewing this week.
And there's a typo. That should be tell me again.
Okay, tell me again where you're moving to.
Oh, we're going to Washington.
Washington, great state. Okay. How soon do you have to be there?
Well, my husband's already there.
He's already there. Okay, so you have a home picked out there already.
Yeah, we've actually already purchased a home there. We just need to sell this one.
Okay, great. When I see you, how much do you want to list your home for?
We're looking at getting close to about 1.5.
1.5. Okay, excellent. As a real estate agent, I study homes and pricing every day, and therefore, I assume you'll list with me at a price that will cause your home to sell, correct?
Well, that determines on what you can tell me.
So what price won't you go below?
As of right now, I think we can really get 1.5.
Okay. And how much do you owe on the property, if you don't mind me asking?
I think we're right around 1.1, somewhere around there.
Okay, excellent. Have you ever thought about selling it yourself?
Oh, we tried that.
You did.
We didn't get many people coming through. So, and then an agent that was referred to us is who listed it before.
I see. Okay. Will you help finance the home for a buyer, or do you want to cash out?
Oh, we definitely need to cash out. We've got the other home that we're already making mortgage payments on. So
I see. Okay, perfect. I'll be sending over a package of information. Will you take a few moments and review it?
no, absolutely.
All right, great. Thank you. Do you have questions before I arrive?
I think we've kind of touched base on a few things, but I'd really like to know what you plan on charging.
What I plan on charging? Okay, you mean commission?
Yeah,
Right.
how much are you going to charge us to hire you?
Well, usually the market rate is 6%, and of the 6%, 3 goes to my listing broker, and the other 3% goes to the buyer's broker. And then from there, we have splits with the two brokers. So it's customary to list or have a commission of 6%.
Okay, is there a chance that you would go lower than 6? Because I'm kind of uncomfortable with that.
We can talk about that, but it does at some point cut into the marketing of your home, which may be very important in getting it sold.
Well, we can discuss it. But I right now I'm not really comfortable with 6%.
Okay. All right. Well, we can discuss that when I get there. And I don't know where I am.
Oh, number 12. Number 12, Tony. There you go. Last one.
Okay. So, our meeting should only take between 5 to 20 minutes. Is that okay?
That would be fine.
Okay. I look forward to seeing you on Friday at 3 o'clock.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Give Tony a round for being just charging through a script he was not familiar with. Right on, man. Okay, so Tony, what was your comfort level with the script? I know when I first started using the script, I wanted to throw up. It made me so uncomfortable. And now it is my hands down favorite script. I will not set an appointment with the seller without using it. And every time I do, like I don't have it in front of me or I'm in a rush or whatever, it backfires on me. And I'm like, oh, I should have pre-qualified them better.
Mm-hmm. You can tell that I haven't run through it a lot. I mean, I got this script from you, I think.
And so is there anything on the script that makes you uncomfortable saying?
Not necessarily. The commission question is always a difficult question.
I'm gonna teach you how to handle that. Okay. So Tamara set a booby trap for you. So here's what you never get. Never get tricked into giving your listing presentation over the phone. Okay. So just a couple of things. They're on a few little things, guys. Sometimes when we ask them what they owe, I noticed you asked what they owed and then you qualified it, if you don't mind or some,
right.
Right. Here's what you do instead. You just ask it so like easygoing and it's a matter of fact, but with just like, it's no big deal. So, hey, Tony, what do you owe on the property out there? Ballpark. Easy, like it's no big deal, right? It's not a big deal unless we make it a big deal.
Okay.
Right. And as a professional, it's like a doctor asking you, what are your symptoms? Like they're not worried about asking you questions that they need to know in order to diagnose your situation, right? So I want you guys, when you are doing your prequal script, I want you in your head to think of this like a doctor's appointment where you're the doctor and you are getting the information that you need from the patient so that you can figure out how you can help them. Now think about how a doctor asks you those questions. A good doctor. It's just procedural. It's just very matter of fact. It doesn't freak them out to ask you these questions. They ask them kind of very calmly, very matter of factly, but in a friendly, professional way, right? And so that's the key to this script. Now, I know we talked about this last week as well. It's something that we all do when we're unsure, when we're reading a new script, and also when we're anxious. So Tony, it's not like getting put on the hot seat in front of a bunch of people It doesn't right, make people a little anxious. And so this idea of downswinging your voice a little bit, right? So how much do you owe on the property? So, and 100,000, excellent. Have you ever thought about selling? Now, okay, guys, we're going to do a little advanced here. If you want to create doubt in the mind of the seller, upswing your voice. If you want to create certainty in the mind of the seller, downswing your voice. So I'm going to give you an example. So I'm going to downswing on this next one. So what price won't you go below? Downswing. So have you ever thought about selling it yourself? Upswing. Like, why would you want to do that? Right?
Why would you ask that question?
Because so that's a great, Tony, I'm so glad you asked me that question. So I have two questions on the script that most agents have a problem with, aside from this very number one, makes a lot of people anxious to ask, right? The next one that they don't like is, do you plan on interviewing more than one agent for the job of selling your home? And they don't like, have you ever thought about selling it yourself? It's like, guys, do you, and let me know, and I'm looking over at the chat, if anybody doesn't like those questions either, like you're going to put ideas in their head. Like if I hadn't have said that, they wouldn't go interview agents. Or if I hadn't have said that, they wouldn't go, well, yeah, why don't I sell it on my own, right? And that is, oh, and I'm looking, you want them to tell you and tell themselves why they don't want to sell yourself. Jeanette's awesome. And guys, here's the thing. If they are thinking about it, they're thinking about it already. Nothing that you say is going to cause them to rush out and do either one of those two things. But are you going to be better prepared rolling into that listing presentation if you know, yes, we've got interviews with 5 agents? If the answer is yes, I will always ask, great. I know I've worked with most of the agents here in the Valley. Just out of curiosity, who else are you interviewing with? And I want to know. I want to know my competition. I want to know who they are. I'm going to go pull their stats. I'm going to research them a little bit so that I can have some info going in, right? And then if they plan on, assuming they're not a for sale by owner to begin with, guys, if they're thinking about selling on their own, wouldn't you rather know that going in so you can be prepared with some information on why selling on their own might not be the best result or render the best result for them, rather than hearing it in the presentation and then just having to spontaneously ad-lib that response or that objection handler, right? And then, of course, asking them how much they owe on the property so that we can do, guys, I don't know if you've heard this recently, right? CMA has just been around forever, comparative market analysis. We've changed up that language a little bit, right? I can't take credit for it. It's been around for a while. It's not my idea, but it's a professional equity assessment, and report. So if they push back, why do you need to know how much I owe? I'd say, Tony, it's such a great question because I'm going to be preparing a professional equity assessment for you so that you know exactly how much money you're taking with you into that next transaction. Fair enough? Now, guys, my secret weapon and my secret F word, secret 4-letter F word, fair. Fair enough?
That's not your secret 4-letter word.
It is, Tony. Okay, does anybody see this rubber band on my wrist? Okay, if anybody catches me swearing on this training, even little small swear words, I have to crank this baby back and snap it. Tamara, how many times did I snap myself with this thing yesterday?
I don't know. All I know is by the time she got done, she had like these red welts because, okay, I'm her partner. And so she tells me, she gives me permission to let her know when she swears.
Because sometimes I don't know.
Yes. Well, and I'm a little bit of like, okay, is she going to do it? Is she going to do it?
So Tony, this is my new favorite F word.
Okay.
Put that out.
Fair.
Fair.
New favorite F word. Okay.
Fair. fair enough. Does that, it is such a secret weapon for ending a sentence where if they agree to, yes, that's fair, they have by default said, yes, you're coming over. Does that make sense? And everybody wants to think of themselves as fair, especially if what you said to them is inherently a fair offer, right? So that's not here on our script. That's just a freebie. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about this script? And we'll roll into the listing presentation. Everybody good? I'm just watching the chat. Also, feel free to unmute and ask questions, you guys.
Oh,
Okay, if I
absolutely.
don't,
And then was there anyone that else that's on the call today that would like to do the prequal? Because I know we had several last week that never got a chance to jump on the prequal here. And if there was anyone that was on the call, I would hate for them not to be able to jump in today and try it out for themselves.
yeah, okay. Do we have any? I'm looking over. You can either unmute or let us know in the group chat. They're like, no. Like, okay. All right. Now, last few little tweaks to this, guys. Just so you know. So number 10, I'll be sending over a package of information. Will you take a few minutes to do it? Oh, did I get a yes? Was that Angela?
No, I know. Sorry, I didn't get it unmuted in time. Sorry. Yeah, no, I have a question. I did the 7-day free trial starting last week and never got the onboarding or anything, and then got charged to my account the night before last for $200. And I have been unable to get a hold of anybody from your company, period, via text, message, email, whatever. I have been completely unable to get a hold of anybody. So
Hey there,
I got
Angela.
on this call because I got the invite so I could actually talk to somebody.
Oh,
Yeah. What's up, Angela? I could definitely help you with that. I'm sorry. I didn't see any texts or emails come in from you. Maybe it was a glitch or something.
Multiple
But
yesterday.
gotcha. So maybe it was just a glitch or something. But yeah, we're more than happy to help you with that. It looks like we had an onboarding call scheduled for the 20th, and we never heard from you. So we started sending you some reminders for it. But no worries, we could definitely get that refunded for you, and we could either get the 7-day trial restarted, and we could do an actual onboarding call, or we could just go ahead and get everything fully canceled up. Whatever is best for you.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
and feel free. Like if you go into the Zoom meeting group chat and hit that drop down arrow, you'll
Okay.
see Jake's name. And you can shoot him privately. If you click Jake, all of your contact info. So it's easy to get a hold of you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm
Thanks.
gonna shoot you a text message right now, Angela, and let me know if this is
Okay.
the number you've been texting or if it was a different one.
Okay, sounds
And
good.
yeah, we'll just message privately for the rest of this. Thank you for
Perfect.
letting
Thank you.
All right. So a couple of points on here, guys. When I ask, I'll be sending over. Oh, and Tony, you skipped number 9, but I
did.
Like interrupting role play. I just wanted to let you roll through it. No big deal. Number 9 helps me identify their personality style if I haven't already, based on how they answer this question. So I can be better prepared when we meet in person, right? What are they? A driver, hard driving, hard hitting, like no BS, just get to the bottom line, right? Or are they super outgoing, or are they highly analytical? These are valuable pieces of information to know. That is the whole purpose of question number 9. Number 10, will you take a few minutes and review it? Great. So, and I'm going to put a little extra on there, right? I'm going to say, Tamara, it's really critical. I've got a lot of information in there for you. And the real advantage to you is that it will keep our appointment very short. And, mainly just answering questions that you have. Sound good?
Yeah.
And then she'll say, yes, great. Now, guys, what I just said there, sound good? That's called a tie down. Okay. When I want them to say yes, at the end of a sentence, I'm going to make my request, and then I'm going to say something like, does that sound good? Do you agree with that? Does that make sense? And they say yes. And they have now given me an actual commitment that they'll do it. do you have any questions for me before I arrive? So Tamara, hit me with that question. Let's just role play that. And just hit me hard on commission. Tell me that you're already meeting with some people that are, just say
Okay.
you're not going to charge a full fee, whatever. So, hey, Tamara, do you have any questions for me before I arrive?
Yeah, just so that I'm not paying this 6% commission.
Okay, great. So you're not paying a 6% commission.
No.
Awesome. Tamara, it sounds like making as much as you possibly can, netting as much as you possibly can on the sale of your home is really important to you. Is that right?
It absolutely is.
Okay, great. So now go ahead and follow up and ask me what I charge.
Okay. So what is it that you do charge?
So great question, Tamara. Here's the good news. Commissions in the state of Utah are 100% negotiable. And based on the fact that what you net is so critical to you, that'll be one of the first things that we discuss when I arrive. Now, so our meeting should only take between 5 to 25 minutes. Is that okay?
That's fine, but just know I'm not paying a full commission.
Totally okay, Tamara. I get where you're coming from. That I promise I'll be one of the first things we discuss.
Okay, yeah, because I just don't want to waste your time if you're going to come out and try to get me for 6%.
So, Tamara, let me ask you this. At the end of the day, are you more concerned about the commission that you pay, or are you most concerned about how much you actually walk away with cash in your pocket at the end of the sale?
Well, at this point, we've already purchased a house. I have to have the most amount of money at this point. So
okay,
so it doesn't make sense to me to pay that full commission when I need the most amount of money out of my house.
I totally get it. I totally get it. Now, Tamara, here is going to be my absolute promise to you, right? I'm going to also be bringing over a net sheet for you. And if you don't see, and we are going to negotiate between the two of us, a commission that's fair. And if you don't feel that it is the absolute best value of anybody that you interview, I would expect you to tell me no. Fair enough?
Okay. Now I do have other agents that I'm meeting with.
Yeah, I know, because you'd mentioned up here when I'd asked if you were meeting with other agents, and you said you had 5 appointments scheduled. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Now, Tamara, may I ask you a rather large favor?
Absolutely.
So when is your last appointment scheduled?
Tomorrow at 5, I believe.
Okay, tomorrow at 5. And did they say how much time they needed? Is that just like a half-hour appointment, a 1-hour appointment? What did they tell you?
They didn't give me a time frame.
Okay, and I'm sure you probably don't want to spend your whole bloody night interviewing agents.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Okay, so why don't we do this? What I'd really like to do is go last. So if it's okay with you, I know we'd originally scheduled a little earlier in the day. Let's do tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'll be there at 6 p.m. sharp. I promise we will keep this short. My one thing that I ask of you is that no matter how much somebody tries to high pressure you, twist your arm, give you whatever, reasons why you must sign the listing agreement right then, that second, respectfully, I'm going to ask that you hold off making the decision until you and I have had a chance to meet, because I am going to be sharing some incredibly powerful information about how our team is able to sell homes quickly and for the absolute most that the market will allow, and how we actually have a strategy that allows home sellers to often sell for as much as 10 to 15% above market value. Would that be beneficial to you?
Above market value?
Yeah, above market value.
But then I definitely won't sign with anyone until you can show me how to do that.
Okay, great. I'm excited. Now, Tamara, I said we'd keep it short and sweet. There's one condition to that. I can be in and out in 25 minutes if you do take the time to review the info that I'm going to send you. It's going to be super easy. Email, you'll have it here in just a moment. If you don't have a chance to review it, we'll order a pizza. We'll make a night of it. if you want to keep it short and get on with your evening, just please be sure to review that info.
I can do that. Thanks so much, Belladonna.
Awesome. Tamara, can I just say, I'm really looking forward to coming over and meeting you tomorrow night.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to it as well.
Awesome. See you at 6. All right, guys. Did you see how I didn't gloss over her commission problem, but I will not answer that question over the phone, period, end of story. I will not. So does anybody have any questions about kind of how we handled that? Now, she pushed me hard, guys. Didn't you ask me like 4 different ways what I
Yeah.
the last one I was like, damn it, Tamara. Okay. So guys, the standard one, and 99% of the time, I promise you, if all you say is, and here's the exact pattern, okay? You can do the long or the short pattern. Short pattern is, great question, Tamara. Here's the really good news. Commissions are 100% negotiable in the state of Utah. So that'll be one of the first things that we discuss when I come out. Fair enough? Most of they're like, fair, good.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know. Super. If they press you on it, then I want you to do my gosh, the name for this strategy just evaporated out of my frontal lobe. But basically, I want you to restate their objection to get to the actual heart of the matter. Guys, when somebody says they don't want to pay a full commission, what are they really saying? At the end of the day, what are they really saying? And this time, that's it. I'm not saying another word until somebody answers this question.
They want to keep their money.
Yes, Jeanette, thank you. They want to make as much as they possibly can. And they have a belief that if they pay a full commission, they will make less money. And that if they pay a cheap commission, they will make more money. Now, as professionals in the real estate business, have you found that to be a truthful assumption? Because guys, if you think it's expensive to hire a professional, try hiring an amateur. Okay. So it's not that they have a problem with paying commissions. The problem is they just have a belief that is not accurate. Okay. So if she pushes me really hard the second time, I'm going to restate her objection to get to the heart of the matter. And that's when you heard me say, so Tamara, it sounds like, I'm not going to assume I know, I'm not going to give, I'm just going to say, it sounds like that it's really important to you that you net in your pocket as much as you possibly can from the sale of your home. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. What I'm going to be sharing with you is a strategy to do exactly that. Fair enough?
Yes.
Awesome. Now, guys, if you can kind of listen, right? When I said to do exactly that, downswing, I'm serious.
Downswing.
I know I'm sure of myself. But when I say fair enough, fair enough. Like,
and you've done this so much, you still do the smile and shake your head.
Yeah, fair enough. And now, is that fair? Now, guys, you can't say fair enough if what you propose is not fair, because you know what they'll say? No, that's not fair. So, a little common sense here. So we're at 2:40. We got a little time to roll into the presentation. Any questions on what we covered so far? Anything? We good? Okay. The 1-minute listing presentation. Is there let me just say, most agents freak out at this idea of the 1-minute listing presentation, right? And they won't do it. And they just assume that you can't do it because it would blow up in your face. Now, let's back up for a moment. Let's say that we had a very comprehensive sales call where we set the appointment with, and let's just stick with expireds for the sake of this call. We know a lot about their situation. We've pre-qualified them thoroughly. We're sending them a really comprehensive pre-listing package before we get there. Now, does anybody want to know what's in our pre-listing package? Anybody curious? Yeah, we get this all the time. Okay, so right on. Number one is an email. It's how the email itself is written. All right. Tamara, should I try and find that email just to show them?
Absolutely.
All right.
Did you have a question? Is it Mikey or Mickey?
It's Mickey. No, I was just raising my hand. I'd like to know. What's
Oh, okay. Well, I seen the hand raised, but I didn't want you to think that we was looking over you.
All right. Actually, I think it's in my other Google Drive. Give me a second, guys. I got way too many Google Drives for my own good.
While you're looking for that, can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you usually when I have gone through like my sales trainings and stuff before in the past, not selling real estate, but I would say something like, is it more important for you to X or Y? And it's like, make more money or pay a commission. Do you recommend that, or do you think that that's okay to say too, instead of, I think you said, I forgot exactly what you said. You use like a different.
I said something fairly similar to that. And so my answer to you would be test them both. Field trip.
Yeah.
And see, because some of it might be what that if you are literally more comfortable with one than another and you can deliver it very well, just your delivery alone could make it more effective. So I'd say try both.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, guys. So here is an example of the email that we send. So notice how strong the subject line is. Actions required before our appointment on Friday. Not playing around. Name. We confirm the time and day for our appointment, and then we say complete the 3 simple activities to make the most of our time together. Number 1, watch these videos. Please take 10 minutes to watch these short videos on getting ready to sell your home. Spending 10 minutes now saves us 45 minutes later. No means no. Quit calling me. And then we have links to 3 videos. Guys, these videos are about 3 minutes long each because you can literally consume them in under 10 minutes. So how to market your home, like what we do to market your home, how to get your home ready for sale, and how to hire the correct realtor for the job of selling your home. Then we say, number 2, check out our marketing plan. Marketing your home is one of our biggest jobs. I take it seriously. We'll discuss my marketing plan for your home when we meet. Bam, go review the marketing plan. My marketing plan is 15 pages long. It is not my listing presentation. That is my marketing plan. It is very comprehensive. Review our listing proposal. When it comes to choosing a realtor to list, market, and sell your homes, it's important to know the differences in service and value that you will experience. You can review that should say listing proposal below to get an idea of why you should hire me to get the results you want. We will review this proposal in detail when we meet. Bam, that is a link to our listing presentation. Guys, they go through the whole listing presentation before we ever get there. Home staging guide. So check out our home staging guide, and it talks about how you present your home, there's typo to the public, can either earn you or cost you thousands of dollars. Assisting you with the staging of your home is critical to achieving success. Check out our guide below. Bam, they get our home staging guide before we ever show up. They have any questions, let us know. Thanks. So guys, how much information are we sending them before we arrive? 3 videos that we've recorded. The property marketing plan, the listing presentation, and a home staging guide. Now, depending on your comfort level, you can also attach listing paperwork to this. Here is should we decide to work together. Guys, do you turn down sellers? If you don't, you should. Okay? You shouldn't be listing every single property just because you can. You should be working with people that you want to work with. You think that it's going to be a good working relationship. And dare I say, you've got a good chance of selling the home. Okay. So the great thing about getting really good at your listing presentation and about getting really good at setting appointments is once you know that you have the ability to set appointments pretty much at will, you no longer feel obligated to list every home that comes your way because you need to survive. You now have the ability to be a little more discerning about who you work with. And when I show you at the beginning of the listing presentation, it's going to get real. Okay. So you could have number 4 preview the listing paperwork, and they could actually have read through the entire listing agreement, because guys, how tedious is it to sit there while they read the listing contract? What, isn't it easier if they've read all the listing paperwork ahead of time, filled out the seller's disclosures ahead of time? Heck, the longest part of my listing presentation is sitting there for an hour while they fill out 15 pages of single-spaced questions on the state of Utah. Tony's laughing. The state of Utah seller's disclosures. It's brutal. I'd much rather they fill it out before I get there. I see people laughing. I know those are my pros, right? They know I'm telling the truth. So I would actually say I'm going to modify this to add number 5, and I'm going to have the listing paperwork right there. Okay. Now, with that in mind, that they've seen all of that, I am going to say, okay, I think I have it. Yes. That the 1-minute listing presentation does no longer sound so preposterous. Okay. So you're coming over. At the door, guys, first impressions are critical. They answer the door, and the first thing that happens is they know you, right? They've watched 3 videos with you. They've talked to you on the phone. They feel like they know you. So it's kind of like, hey, Belladonna and Tamara, you know what I mean? And then we're like, hey there, Jim, thanks again for having us over. I am so excited about getting your home on the market and getting it sold. Do you mind if we take a quick look at your home? Guys, how assumptive is that? Right? Do you have like a rock solid, assumptive, but yet professional and upbeat opening the minute you come through the door? Because if you don't, you need one. And then you take a look at the property, and then you guys sit down and you say, Tamara, just to review, do you absolutely have to sell your home?
Absolutely.
Okay. And I know you know, your hubby's up in Washington. You guys have bought a home, just making sure. Okay. Fantastic. Now, Tamara, I know we talked about this on the phone. Will you price your home to sell, or do you want to keep it on the market for a long period of time?
Well, we're not going to give it away.
Okay. Well, and I get it. And I promise you this, Tamara, I have not given away a home in 20 years of real estate. So you're safe. Now, Tamara, I know I sent you a lot of information. Do you want me to handle the sale for you?
You know, all of that, I don't think I've had that much information sent from an agent before.
Really?
That was a lot of information.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, I find that when we get together face to face, if you've got enough information to make a decision, and really my job becomes just answering a few critical questions for you, makes the whole process so much easier, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Guys, notice, don't you think? Tie down. And she answered yes, right? And then I'm going to let you answer that question. Oh, perfect. So forgive me. And then you said, absolutely. Great. Well, Tamara, all we need to do now is simply sign the contracts so I can help you get what you want in the time you want. Won't that be great?
It would. Absolutely.
Now she's being cool, right?
I'm being cool on this one for sure.
But guys, if you've gone through all that info, now we know she had some commission questions, some pricing questions. She's not going down that easy. But when you honestly follow this process the way we've shown, I would say probably 1 in 15, 1 in 20 listing appointments, you show up and the paperwork sitting on the kitchen counter filled out. And you literally walked in and just took a listing without giving a listing presentation. I promise you this actually happens. It's not made up. So now we're at 9 minutes before the hour. So I think what we've really covered in this call was how are you setting up your listing presentation? And then we kind of covered that 1 minute. And then when we reconvene in the new year, guys, we're going to really hammer. Whoa, not that big. Oh my gosh. My mouse is possessed. Okay, there we go. Apple mouse. It just randomly blows up my stuff. Okay. So I'm going to kill my screen share. All right, guys. So what questions can we answer for you? And then Mickey, did that help answer the question of what's in our pre-listing package?
Yeah, are you making that available so that we can actually like have that and look at that ourselves?
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. I know Jake said he was going to share it, but I just wanted to confirm. Okay, cool.
We'll shoot it over. Now, there's one other thing, guys, that we don't have time to go into today that I include in my pre-listing package. We use AI. This is not the CMA, but we use AI to do deep data mining of their zip code. And it takes us like that long to put it together. It mines dozens of websites, the US Census, you name it, and we'll have it take a look at what's been going on in their neighborhood, usually for 6 months, the most recent 6 months, maybe a year, depending on how volatile the market is. And then we tell AI to compile that in a nice, easy, design for the user. And then I add that data onto that email as well, and then and the AI sources all of the websites, US Census, Redfin, guaranteed rate. It goes to mortgage sites as well as real estate sites, US Census site. And so when I come in to discuss price, it's not my opinion what's going on in the market, right? And it's completely backed up by third-party validation. So there's a lot that goes into that pre-listing package. And then Jake, I know you probably need a couple of minutes here, right, to chat with them about the platform.
Yeah. So definitely want to make some time to see if anybody has any questions specifically about the software, if anyone needs any help with using it or anyone's getting stuck with anything. I believe most of you have been in there working it. So I'll just do a quick overview of how it works just to remind everybody. And then we'll wrap this up with some questions and some final announcements. So let me go ahead and open up an account for an example. Give me a second here. So essentially, guys, the way it works is it's really 3 simple clicks of the mouse and you'll be in action. You'll be doing exactly what you need to do to start getting into these opportunities. So I'm just going to review it with y'all one more time here, just so that you guys really know. So let me do a screen share. 1 second, just pulling the right things open. All right. So essentially, guys, the 3 buttons that you need to click. 1 second, let's wait for it to load. All right, guys. So essentially, simple as you log in, you hit start prospecting, right? Once you've done that, you go and you choose the list that you want to work. So let's say we want to call the latest expireds. We'll hit call the latest expireds, and then we'll hit let's start. And it's literally as simple as that to get started. Something new in the system that you guys may have noticed. We're trying to create more guides to essentially help you guys if you're not 100% sure how to use something. So at the bottom, you'll start seeing these things, the explore buttons. So if we hit explore start prospecting, it's actually going to take you on a guided tour to show you how to do this thing. So it's going to pop up a video showing you exactly how you can get started with the prospecting. And you'll notice that pretty much any page you go to, you're going to find this explore button on the bottom now, right? So if we go to the contact section, we have explore contacts. So pretty much anywhere you go, if you're unsure of what to do on that page of the system, you could hit the explore button and it will actually start doing a guided tour and explain to you what's going on. So on top of that, in the purple chat widget on the bottom right here now, we have a help video section. So we have this welcome video. So if you're kind of just like lost and don't even know where to start right now, I would recommend going and watching this welcome video, and that will get you started on the right foot. We also have the how-to series. So if you're trying to figure out something and you can't figure it out, I would check the how-to series section first to see if it's there. And then really important also, all of the old coaching videos are going to be under the coaching here. So if you ever missed a coaching or you just want to get some more practice in and some more studying, you can hit the purple chat widget and go to coaching, and you'll be able to go back and watch all of the old trainings. And those are going to be updated as they come out as well. So definitely check out the new explore button and then check out the updated support widget. We have a bunch more options in there for you guys. And never forget also, we offer unlimited one-on-one Zoom support. So if you guys ever need more direct help, I get it. Obviously we can tell you things, we can explain them, but actually applying them is a whole different story. So as you start to apply them, if you get confused or frustrated, you just don't know what to do, just grab a support call. We'll be happy to walk you through whatever the issue is and help you get past it. And that's unlimited and there's no extra cost to the one-on-one Zoom support. So please feel free to reach out if you guys are ever struggling with the system and you need any help with it. So yeah, that's those are some of the new updates, and that's how you would use the system. So nothing too big this week about it. Jeanette, I see your message. I'll reach out to you soon. But yeah, nothing too big this week. You guys, definitely some exciting things coming in the upcoming of 2024. Stuff that we're looking to add. It's actually the ability to send mailers directly inside the system. So that will be coming soon. We're going to be adding an option to upgrade to a 3-line dialer. So definitely some new exciting things coming, and we'll definitely keep you all posted as these things come up and come out.
So
Nice.
I have a quick question for everybody, if this is something they're interested in. So Tamara and I use this platform. I have a strict policy. I don't endorse anything that I don't use, right? Period, end story. And if anybody wants to hear some recordings of for sale by owner or expired phone calls, right? We could have those. If we're feeling especially brave, we could do some live calls where we're on this. And I'm like, okay, everybody shut up. And then like we do some live calls, you know what I mean? So let us know if you're interested in that. Now, if anybody, Tony's laughing. He's like, ooh, yeah, that's the pressure's on, baby.
Yeah.
Now, we talked a little bit about how we use AI to deep mine data prior to going into our listing appointment. We use AI. We use it for everything. We use it to make those videos. We use it to create our marketing report. We use it to create our listing presentation. If you would like to learn how to use AI better in your real estate business, specifically to list more homes in 2024, you're in luck. We are doing a 100% free masterclass tomorrow. It's Mountain Time, 11 o'clock Mountain. Guys, I don't know where everybody is. If you'd like to come, I dropped the link. I don't know if it's a clickable link. You might have to
Here,
copy.
let me help you make it clickable. I got you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Belladonna,
Yeah.
is it Monday? Is it tomorrow or is it Friday?
So
No, Fridays is our class, Tony.
Yeah. We moved the class, Tony, to Friday because we're starting to do the master class, the just the short one on Thursday. And so anybody that would like to learn, thank you, Jake, a little more about AI, totally free masterclass. And we are going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4 of our favorite AI platforms. We're going to do a deep dive on our listing strategy. How do we use AI to take more listings? And it is something that you can leave the masterclass and you could start implementing the same day. So we're really excited about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And guys, I'm sure you've been hearing the chatter and whatnot, but AI, it might seem like a fad to some of you because like obviously there's a lot of things that are fads that come into the world. But in my opinion, this is not a fad. This is something that's extremely important to get hip with. or you're going to get left behind. Realistically, it's the same, just as big as when the internet came about, just as big as when the iPhone came about. Like, this is at that level. It's extremely important to stay ahead of this and start learning now. And this is a great opportunity to learn with some great coaches. So hit that link that's in the chat. If you don't see the link, say something to me and I'll get it texted over to you. And it's going to be a really great training.
It's going to be awesome. And guys, for the record, Success Magazine, right? This whole issue is pretty much dedicated to AI. And so article after article after article about how different businesses and different entrepreneurs are using it. There are people out there saying it's actually a bigger revolution, innovation than the internet itself. And so that will get proved out in the next, at least they didn't name it Skynet. I don't know if it say it. Yeah. Hey. But until it decides to nuke us, I say we just use it. Okay.
Yep.
So
That works.
Awesome. So Jake, I just want to confirm we are taking a break until the new year, right?
Yeah. We're going to be taking a little bit of hiatus on these trainings as we kind of dive into the new year. So throughout the rest of December, there will not be any live trainings. The first one back looks like it would be January 3rd. So you guys will get emails reminding you about that. So we'll definitely be keeping you in the loop. And I definitely feel free to add me as a friend on Facebook if you ever have any questions in the meantime. And definitely reach out for any support that you have. And even though we're not doing the live training, I might not be as skilled as Belladonna and Tamra, but you're welcome to book a one-on-one just to role play if you want to with me. There's still support for you. So don't think that because we aren't doing this live every week, that there isn't still support systems to help you guys get better at converting these leads. Always feel free to reach out to live chat. Feel free to book a call, even if it's not system-based. We're happy to role play with you. Happy to talk to you about what objections you're dealing with and how to work past them. We're going to be there for you regardless of these trainings being live or not. And we'll be excited to see everyone back on January 3rd as well.
And really quick,
and we hope to see all of you on our masterclass tomorrow. It'll be a lot of fun and lots of information drop.
So, and then Jeanette asked a question. Jeanette, I'm just going to drop this in the main thing there. If you guys have specific questions, we're happy to talk with you. You can book into our calendar. Tim asked, hey, with AI, does anybody even need an agent anymore? Well,
Yes.
once they put AI in the head of a robot that you can't tell from a human, we might be in trouble. But until then, they still really need us. And I will preface it this way, Tim, because I saw your question. I was thinking about how I was going to answer it in a way that wasn't flippant and actually sincere. So just really quick, and I know we're 4 minutes over the hour, but who here as a real estate agent, guys, is selling somebody, but whether they're buying a home or selling a home, but we are focused exclusively on listings, especially with all the chaos that is going on right now with buyer agent commissions. It is more critical than ever that you get extremely serious and extremely proficient at listing homes, right? So it's for the vast majority of people, it's by far their largest financial asset. When you ask a psychologist the most stressful things that can happen in a human being's life, moving makes the top 5 list. That's right up there with marriage, divorce, and death of a loved one. And then it's moving, which means it is an incredibly emotional situation. And there are things that AI is just not equipped to handle. And so I would tell you that on an average deal, we wear many, many hats as an agent. So I will jokingly tell my clients, okay, you think you're hiring me to sell your home, which you are, right? But you're also hiring me to keep you sane through the process, keep you out of jail. Don't need a call in the middle of the night to have to come bail you out and get you through this process intact. So very often in a real estate transaction, we end up being people's therapist, marriage counselor, priest, hopefully not bail bondsman, but twice in 20 years, I found my clients locked up. Once, well, no, three. Two were in county and one went to county, and then they sent her to uni, which is where they lock you up when you're crazy. That's not a nice way to put it, is it? She had emotional problems. So on top of everything else, you know, they look for us for so much. And then I think, Tim, you could ask yourself, is AI ever going to replace my attorney? Is it ever going to replace my physician? At some point, who knows? But for right now, they still really need us. And so I would say that we can kind of put your fears to rest there, but we will show you how the agent that is proactive and gets ahead of this curve to master AI is going to have such an unreal competitive advantage over the agent who waits to learn. Because guys, its ability to multiply your effectiveness is not 10x. You know, Grant Cardone, 10x. And everybody's like, 10x. Oh my gosh, how can you possibly 10x? Guys, this is 10 with an exponent. Okay. And people are like, what the hell is that? Damn. Oh, that's great. Right. My wrist is so sore. We are talking AI has the ability to 1,000x your effectiveness. It's incredible what you're going to be able to do to produce that you would normally only be able to do if you outsource to giant companies and paid them 6 figures a year. You are now going to be able to do this as an individual with no tech experience. None of it is very difficult or overwhelming. And all of the platforms that we share with you have a free version, free. And they actually work on the free version. And then you can decide, you know, if you invest in paid versions. But Tamara, even all four of the platforms we show them, even if you paid for all four, it's like,
it's under $100.
Yeah, it's like $100 a month, you guys. If you went like, woo, full steam ahead and paid for the paid version of every platform. So it's really exciting. We love teaching it. We're an open book. So if you've got an opening in your schedule tomorrow, so it's 11 a.m. Mountain, that's 10 Pacific, 12 Central, and what is it, 1 o'clock Eastern time.
Eastern.
Inevitably, we have people log in like 1 to 2 hours before the event. And I'm like, Mountain time, folks.
I'm curious if anyone's if anyone who's planning to come into the training tomorrow, drop a 1 in the chat. Seems like we have some people who are interested. Awesome, Mickey. Looking forward to seeing you there. Jeanette,
Right on.
awesome. Sweet. Cool. I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it.
We'll have a great time.
Damn,
You guys.
look
Right
at
on.
that. We got a bunch of people.
Hey,
Sweet.
Belladonna,
Don't forget
can
to
I
use the
drop
link to
into that?
register though, y'all, so that you can get access. If you want to come, make sure that you actually register. I'm going to send that link one more time. If for whatever reason you leave the call and you don't have it, just shoot me a text or email and I'll get that over to you as well.
What was that, Tony?
I said, can I drop into that or?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Heck yeah, you can.
Just make sure you register
because
with the link.
For these other guys, I take the class that Belladonna and Tamara teach, and it is like having your own production company create your social media, your scripts, your everything for you. It's amazing. It really is.
Makes life so much easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're stoked, you guys. I'm a little bummed. We're taking December off, but it's good because we're going to be like working away like little house elves. So we're going to have some really cool stuff for you guys come January.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to start the year on a strong note. But yeah, awesome. Thank you guys for coming today. I hope you guys got some value out of this. Like I said, we're always just a text or an email away, so don't ever be shy to reach out. And anyone got any final questions or any final statements before we wrap up today? All right.
Thanks for all of you that hung in.
Yeah, thanks. We had a really good retention. Pretty much everyone who came from the beginning is still here.
Yeah,
so that's awesome.
I love to see that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, have a great rest of your week. and happy prospecting.
Yes.
All right. See you guys soon. Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.